What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we're looking at the brand new Good Smile Company Patrick Star Nendoroid. This is another release I'm very excited about because I was really impressed with the SpongeBob one. That figure not only became my favorite SpongeBob figure, but it also became my favorite Nendoroid that came out last year. So once they announced a Patrick one, I knew I definitely had to get my hands on it because the SpongeBob one was impressive, and I'm curious on how well the Patrick one is going to be. So the packaging has a front open window of the figure, and you can see like the interchangeable head they got right here. But you can see the bubbles around, the open window here as well. We got the Nickelodeon and SpongeBob SquarePants and a Good Smile logo up there. But of course we got an image of the figure down here along with the product number. Here is the top of the box, and then here's the bottom, and then here is this side, so we get some images of the Nendoroid. And then here's the other side right there. And then here is the back of the packaging. Okay, so here's the figure out of the packaging right here. Now I want to show this off real quick, but in the background, this cardboard piece was in the box, and you can see that it does show Con Street, like SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick's house there, which is kind of cool because I think SpongeBob came, or I think it showed like the Krusty Krab. That was in SpongeBob's, box for the figure. But yeah, Patrick does come with the Con Street background here, which is nice. So I thought I would show that off, but let me just get this out the way. And now let's actually just focus on the figure. So here is how the figure looks. Now, I do have the figure on the support arm. It's kind of weird because they got it like on his butt rather than like, on his back. So just that. But the reason why I have this here is because the first thing you'll notice is that when you get the figure, it's not going to be able to stand because his feet aren't like completely flat. Toy companies, when they make Patrick figures, they'll just like kind of make it flat just for the figure to stand. But Good Smile didn't really do that here. It is more accurate of how the sculpt is right there. And of course these Nendoroids come with like their stand, so that's perfectly fine. But if you were planning on to keep this figure to stand on its own, you won't be able to do that. But that's not my only issue. I'll get into that. I'll get into the other issue later on. But this is a really nice looking Nendoroid. I love the sculpt on this guy, especially the expressions that Patrick comes with. What's really cool here is that at first I thought like you were going to be able to just interchange like I guess this top part here, like pretty much his head, but it's actually like the entire like front shell, I would say, really, which is kind of unique here because you can see where you would interchange it would be where the waist is at. So that's nice. It doesn't like break the scope or anything. I feel like you can still see the line here, but it's not like as like bad here, like I really like it. But yeah, this Patrick Nendoroid does look really nice. I like these sculpted eyebrows they got here, along with the paint job going on here with the mouth too. And then you got like his belly button sculpted there too. And then even the paint on his shorts right here looks pretty nice. And of course the back. And the Nendoroid is also like pretty hollow. Like it's a pretty light figure. I feel like SpongeBob had just a little bit more weight going on to him, or I would say he has like more weight than Patrick, really, because this is a pretty hollow figure right here. For the articulation, very basic going on with Patrick, not a whole lot, but the arms can go back and forth. You can turn them all the way around. You do get a waist twist, so you can turn out the waist of Patrick, and that's only because you can actually pop this off, and that's just for to interchange the whole front part of Patrick's torso right there. So you have that, and then the legs are just on a ball peg, so you can pretty much just move them wherever you want, for it to kick forward just about there, and then just to kick back, just about there, and out to the side, not so much. But yeah, that's all you get there for the Patrick Nendoroid. Not a whole lot going on for the articulation, but I think it's okay. I think it's fine. I wasn't really expecting too much. They don't really do a lot with the articulation department. Okay, now let's go over the accessories. So you are getting another interchangeable head sculpt. This time, Patrick is showing his teeth this time, and he's, looking a little bit more adorable here with the eyes. But you do get another interchangeable eyes here. This time the eyes are just, halfway closed, and you can pop those onto, the other head sculpts too, which is cool. So you can use that for like different looks, which is nice. You do get interchangeable arms. This one is, his arms just, more bent this time. You have the other ones where he's holding like two Krabby Patties, and then the other interchangeable arms are pretty much, him closing his arms a little bit more to, the front of him. I guess to make him a bit more excited, or whatever else you want to do with the pose in here. And then the last accessories you get here is, the typical base and then the support arm. And yeah, that's pretty much the accessories right there. I think it's fine. I think it's acceptable. I think the only issue is that he doesn't come with like a lot of like iconic, accessories from like the show really. And I know like Super 7, they got a couple. Like they got like the, like his pet rock, and like the the phone from the Krusty Krab. And then I think the Krusty Krab hat too. They got things like that, but I think this is okay. At least you can put Patrick in like different, poses and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the accessories. Now for a comparison, so here is the SpongeBob Nendoroid, and this is my only issue right here, is I do wish Patrick was a little bit taller here. Most of the time, well, I think pretty much I'd say all the time, SpongeBob's like the top of his head would probably lined up with like Patrick's eyes, so Patrick would probably be, like around here, I'd say. Like he would be a lot taller, but here, he's just not, tall enough. But I get it. They are Nendoroids. They usually tend to be a little bit smaller, but they do look nice next to each other. They look really, really great. And then I'll also add Gary, which I forgot to bring Gary out too. But this is the Gary little figure that came with the SpongeBob Nendoroid. And yeah, they all look pretty nice. You can't really like put Gary or anything like on his his head or anything, but you can do it for the SpongeBob Nendoroid, which is nice. But yeah, they look nice. I like them. I really like these figures. I'm loving this Patrick Nendoroid, and I still love the SpongeBob Nendoroid. They just look, really great and, adorable too. So it's just nice to really get both these, and I actually want more of them now. I want to see like Squidward. I guess I want to see if they can try to pull off a Squidward. Okay, so here is something I tried to attempt right here. This is just another big reason why I love doing action figure reviews, where like there's a ton of interchangeable parts that you can do with them with like other figures. So what you can see right here is I got the spatula and then the Krusty Krab hat that came with the SpongeBob Nendoroid, and I tried to make it look like he's holding the spatula and he has the the hat right there, and then of course the Krabby Patty with that interchangeable arm. And I actually did pretty well with it. Like, the spatula is on, it's like kind of just, hanging a little bit from there. So it's just like, just placed on there. But the hat, what I did there is it doesn't really look that great just because it doesn't really fit on the head like that. But, I kind of just, open, the body like a little bit. And then I just kind of close it because that thing has a thing where similar to what they did. Similar with SpongeBob, where you had to like open a little bit and then close it for the hat to stay on. I did that with the Patrick figure, and it works a little bit. It kind of works just a little bit. It doesn't look the best, but I think it looks okay. So I'm glad that I tried to do something like that, because I think it looks pretty nice. And just having Patrick here, and then SpongeBob right here, with his Krabby Patty, I think they look pretty nice. I'm actually gonna put this a little bit here to the side, but yeah, look at that. They just both look really good. And then let's actually throw in Bubble Buddy that came in the the Super 7 Ultimate SpongeBob figure. So we got Bubble Buddy right there. Let's just throw in Gary again. So yeah, look at that. They all look pretty nice right there. Alright, so that is going to wrap up this review on the Good Smile Company Patrick Star Nendoroid. Not too bad with this one. I'd say if you want a SpongeBob and Patrick figure that would be good enough for your 1/12 scale of figures, I recommend getting these, especially if you love the SpongeBob Nendoroid. Then I think you're also going to love the Patrick one. Or if you're just a huge SpongeBob fan as well, then I would say these would be a great piece to add to your collection. Like I mentioned, my only gripe is that I do wish they made Patrick a bit more taller, because they do have other Nendoroids where some of them are almost 5 inches. But this is still a solid release. I enjoyed myself messing around with this figure, and I definitely want more. You know, I'd like to see them try to pull off other characters maybe in the future. However, let me know what are your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you want to pick this up, you may still be able to get this at a lot of online retailers. I had mine pre-ordered through HobbyLink Japan. But as always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until then, take care, my friends.